So, I've made videos on a lot of characters from Baki, but I have yet to make a video on the most Black Air Force energy having and most menacing character in anime history. And the character I'm talking about is Yujiro Hanma. This man Yujiro has done some of the most heinous things I've seen in anime. And if you would like to show off your art, self-promo, or just interact with me and my community in general, then you can join the Discord in the description box below. And also, let me know your favorite Baki character in the comment section below. And plus, if you would like to support me, you can leave a like or subscribe. It's completely free on your end and it supports me way more than you may think. But anyways, let's talk about the time Yujiro demolished Hanayama in Baki Da. So Hanayama and Yujiro Hanma were talking, and Yujiro was like, "What do you want?" And this is when, mid-conversation, a little kid asked Yujiro for an autograph. And Yujiro stared this little kid in his eyes, and straight up poked his finger through the paper that the kid wanted autographed. And then he said, "Can't you understand by looking? I am busy right now." And then he split the paper into 4 pieces. That's straight disrespectful. This poor kid just wanted an autograph. And Hanayama said, "Well, there's no point in prolonging it any further. Shall we get started?" And Yujiro said, "Sounds like fun. Why don't you start it off?" And Hanayama was like, "Okay, that's it. No need to hesitate." And Hanayama hit Yujiro with what I believe is Hanayama's strongest move. And let me remind you, this is what Hanayama's punches look like. But anyway, he hit Yujiro in his face so hard it looked like there was smoke. And in fact, the sound of the impact of the punch was so loud, it was as if an explosion or maybe a gun went off. But one thing I'm noticing right now, Yujiro's hands are still in his pockets, no reaction. And it ends up, this dude Yujiro was smiling after being hit like that. This man had the smuggest look, and Hanayama knew he had messed up when Yujiro had told him, "It seems you are a man who really is able to put it all on the line, but I'm sure your body would have noticed by now. Your cells are very intimidated." You know what a cell is, right? How is a cell intimidated? Yujiro's the type of dude to scare his therapist. But anyway, Hanayama still threw another punch, and Yujiro finally took his hands out of his pockets, and then he grabbed Hanayama by his face. And oh my god, Yujiro had this man Hanayama stopped mid-air, and Yujiro just threw him. These innocent people were just shopping, and Hanayama came flying out of nowhere from the front window. He landed on all the snacks like, "Bro, I'm just trying to buy a bag of Cheetos. I don't need you popping up, busting all the bags open." And for whatever weird reason, Hanayama was smiling after getting beat that badly. And that was literally it. That was it to that entire fight. People were literally making theories on Reddit about this, and that was it. Yujiro literally just violated a random kid and Hanayama and just left. And also, Yujiro views everybody as female because he can't be beat by anybody, which eventually led to him, fucking a dude. Like, what was going through the manga writer's head when he made this a thing? Like, what makes you want to make one of your characters redo a healer a dude? But even bigger question, is it gay? I mean, technically, Yujiro views him as a female, so do what you want with that information. The guy literally said he had no idea of the woman within him. So that's just something I wanted to mention real quick. Who else in anime is doing that heinous of a thing besides Kiaru from Redo of Healer? I don't even want to talk about him. He did the type of things that can't even be talked about on YouTube without that yellow sign popping up. Oh no, I've said too much. But Yujiro even disrespected the man himself, Musashi Miyamoto. Musashi had hit Yujiro with an imaginary strike attack, and Yujiro was unscathed from this imaginary attack. And holy shit, that makes me sound schizophrenic to any normal person. But Musashi was surprised that Yujiro came out unscathed. He was like, "Damn, such a strong body. It doesn't even feel like flesh at all." Musashi said it felt more like an impenetrable suit of armor that his blade could not pierce. Keep in mind, Musashi has slashed countless people before, and Yujiro is the first one to withstand it. And Yujiro said, "I hate to rain on your parade, but you can't cut, pierce, or cleave without an actual sword in your hands." And if you really think about it, Yujiro really just said no you to Baki logic. This is almost as crazy as Pickle defeating Truck-kun, and Yujiro had even told Mr. Tokugawa to go get Musashi's sword, saying he needs them. Could someone please get this man in the shit-talking Hall of Fame? And it didn't just stop at that. No, it did not. As soon as the fight was about to start, Yujiro grabbed Musashi's sword and said, "Miyamoto, don't patronize me." Then Yujiro had smacked the soul out of Musashi. Look at his face. His eyelids are going outwards. That's not supposed to happen. And Musashi did get up to throw what Yujiro called a strike with perfect form, but Yujiro simply grabbed Musashi's wrist and slammed Musashi in his crotch. Musashi was in straight pain. He was folded in half. And it honestly feels like I've talked about Yujiro hitting people in the nuts more than a female cosplayer at a Genshin Impact convention. And while Musashi did quickly recover physically and get back up, I don't think a man can withstand that mental torture. But he did get back up, and he even used one of his strongest techniques. No more steel, empty hands. And Musashi did all that just for Motobe to tank the attack instead of Yujiro, and that ended the whole fight. I haven't been this blue-balled since I removed loot boxes from Overwatch. And this obviously made Yujiro mad, and Yujiro just started beating on Motobe's motionless, knocked out body. And the only reason Motobe didn't get beaten to death is because Musashi helped him out. But to be honest, if Yujiro wanted to keep going, he probably could have. And if you really think about it at front value, Yujiro was just nut-checking a super old man and beating up an unconscious dude. And Yujiro even walked the streets of Japan with Musashi, dripped out on another level. He has that shit on. Yujiro is literally so strong that he had no competition in the world. Not even the Vietnam War could entertain him. So he had to have kids to get competition in the future. Speaking of the Vietnam War, and if you didn't know, that's how Jack Hanma was made. And if you didn't watch the original Baki, Yujiro had caught Jack's mom being what the youngest call an opdat. And pretty much, Jack's mom was trying to set Yujiro up. So what did he do when he learned this? Will he hurt her? Will Yujiro maybe even kill her? Nah, Yujiro grabbed her and blew her lumbar spine vertebrae out. And then all of a sudden, Jack Hanma popped out a couple months later, and Yujiro now in this video alone has caught like 3 cases. And there are even theories of him doing the same thing to animals, and that would explain the giant alligator that Piccolo had fought, or even the dinosaur-sized elephant that Yujiro had killed with his bare hands. And this is Baki logic, so that's not even that crazy of a theory anyways. And honestly, recently it's been looking like Yujiro's been putting on his white forces. He even complimented Jack Hanma, and he even complimented Baki. Is Yujiro Hanma finally being a good father figure? Well, I wouldn't say all that, but he's been better than before. And from what I've seen, Yujiro seems to be the strongest character in this entire universe. And the only man that seems to be even comparable to Yujiro is his father, Yuichiro. And Yuichiro has only had a couple appearances, but so far from what information we've gotten about Yuichiro, he's literally the exact opposite of Yujiro's personality. And also, Yuichiro didn't even have to use more than one technique in his entire lifetime of fighting. But that's gonna be all for today's video. Let me know in the comment section below who your favorite Hanma is. For me personally, it has to be Baki. But let me know what yours is in the comment section below. And if you would like to support me, you can leave a like and subscribe. It's completely free on your end and helps me out way more than you may think. And also, if you would like to interact with me, the community, show off your art, drop some memes, or even self-promo, then you can join the Discord in the description box below. But anyways, that's gonna be all. Thanks for watching. Bye!